Questions with Nate Chappell, Finn Hammond, and Johnny Fisher.
So the way the several questions work is that basically we found a machine in the woods called the Questionator 5000 that was evidently engineered to generate infinite, very silly questions. And Johnny, Finn, and I have dedicated our lives to answering them all one by one by one. I mean, most episodes that's true, and in many senses that's still true today, but we're not going to directly answer the Questionator's questions. Because what's happening is, not only do we have a live show coming up on June 12th at Gamma Ray Bar, go to gammaray.bar to get tickets, and we also are doing the Green Bay Fringe Festival in July, I think 19th and 20th is what I want to say. That's when we're going to be doing our shows. And to make it affordable, I mean, to be charitable, we're donating everything to a bunch of money to charity, and then camping, just, and passing the savings on to the animals.
The money that we would spend on a nice Airbnb, hotel room, room service, rental car, sandwiches.
So what we're going to do today, we're busy people, obviously. So we are going to go through and kind of like plan our camping trip a little, talk about some details, get some logistics nailed down. But I wanted to first, Finn, maybe brainstorm what maybe we could, this could be a test episode of our camping podcast. So what do you think we could call it? What's a good name?
Okay, camping with
like camp chat or chat
camp?
Like camp
Chat
chat.
GP camp.
Chat
CMZAMP.
TMZ. Mine doesn't make any sense. What about people seem to like that glamping term? What if we called it? But I feel like there's probably already a bunch of stuff with that name. So what if we called it, and it's probably copyrighted? What if we call it glamour camping?
Oh, I love it.
The podcast. And then, but for short, we call it glamping.
That would be great. Okay,
glamping pod, at glamping pod.
Well, I feel like, glamping is like an upscaled version of camping.
Right. We're not doing that.
We're doing the opposite. We're doing kind of like camping, but worse.
What about slamping?
Slumping, like slump and camp. Slum and camp.
I don't know if that's culturally
okay.
What do you call it? Respectful? That's not the word I'm looking for. Sensitive. Let's see. Glamping, but we're glamorous as people. We are living a glamorous lifestyle of performing in the the arts district of Green Bay. We're in a pretty illustrious theater, the Democratic Party of Brown County campaign offices. So that's
and just to be sure, they said we can't stay there.
They didn't say this might, but
because if we can stay there,
right before us is Marimba Matt, and I was planning on taking a nap at our place wherever we're staying, and I feel like Marimba gets me too excited.
No, it's true. Yeah, you do get wild when you hear marimba. You
What about pitching a tent with Nate and Finn, something like that?
Yeah,
because that's what we'll be doing. That.
It won't be as nice as tent as people are used to. It's kind of subpar. All of our equipment's not as good as what people
are. You still making a double entendre here? Because it still works as far as I'm concerned.
Absolutely.
How about the Marshmallow Men? What about that? I like that. Marshmallow Men. Okay, the Marshmallow Men podcast. Okay, here we go. Hello and welcome to the Marshmallow Men podcast. I'm Nate.
I'm Finn.
And we're talking about camping today. And we've got our guest here. Oh, shit. we don't have a guest. I made a generic script, and I thought maybe we'd have a guest at some point, but skip. I'll cut that out. So today we're talking about our upcoming camping trip. So I talked to Johnny beforehand, and Johnny's actually off. He's taking a class on camping right now, so he'll probably be able to pitch in a little more tenting when he gets to that point. But I talked to him, and he said he's going to bring a bunch of rocks, like all the rocks we'll need. He's got a backpack. I think it's going to be heavier than he expects.
Right.
It's like one of those big hiking packs.
Yeah, those rocks get heavy really fast.
Yeah, they actually start out heavy, but when you put a bunch of them together, it's kind of it has a cumulative effect. So I think. What about food? Do you think we should bring food?
Well, for sure.
Hunt for it, or
I heard the rule is you have to eat every 3 minutes, right? If you don't drink for 3 seconds, you die. Every 3 minutes, you have to eat.
Your timing's off on this.
And you need 3 weeks. 3 weeks, and then you can stop camping.
Then you can poop again.
Yeah.
No food. I don't really know what to bring for food, honestly. I don't really like to cook when I'm camping. It always seems like a nice idea, but it's like just a lot harder than cooking at home.
Yeah. Well, let's think about this. What do you like to make at home? Like if you're hungry right now,
Well,
what
I
would you
like
make?
to make s'mores and hot dogs.
Over an open flame.
Ideally, but if I don't have one, I'll do it on a pan. Trail mix. That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Sleeping bags. Bugs. Who's going to do our tick checks, by the way? Skipping ahead, I know you had a whole segment planned on this.
I have a thing. So we're at the Democratic offices.
Mm-hmm.
They got
of Brown County.
Of Brown County. Okay. I say we cover ourselves in boiling water. There's no tick that can survive.
Oh, okay. Like I thought you meant ahead of time. So you mean afterwards? Or every night or what?
Yeah, I think every night and morning we cover ourselves. We find a coffee maker at the Brown County thing. I know we're not camping there. They won't let us.
Wait, hold on a second. I'm just going to... Why don't we just do it? Why don't we just boil water at our campsite or something?
Oh, you're just going to boil water with your mind?
No, I was going to start a fire with my mind.
Okay.
And then put wood on it.
That's a metaphor, guys. It's the creative process.
If you don't get it, you don't get it.
Yeah.
So we have shows. We'll have a whole day and night, a whole day to camp, a whole sleep. We'll have one whole sleep before we even have to perform. So we'll already be pretty dirty by the time we have our first show, which is pretty exciting.
I can't wait.
I hope we don't embarrass ourselves in front of Marimba Matt.
Right. Here's what I know about him.
Okay.
And if he hears this, so be it.
Yeah. So bad.
Yeah. He likes Sobeys.
Do you say Sobe? I say Sobe for sure. It even has a long thing over the E, right? Does it have a line over the E or something?
Yeah.
Sobe?
That's what the commercial. I think it was in the commercials.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So be yourself.
I don't believe in commercials. I don't have a television.
So bay your thirst.
Yeah. See, I told you.
Yeah, you did.
It's not Obi your thirst. Oh, Sobi-Wan Kenobi. Right? It's not that. And it would be if you were right.
Mm-hmm.
It would be.
Yeah.
There would have been a tie-in, is what I'm saying. There would have been a TIE fighter.
Mm-hmm.
There
That's
was
right.
actually, but there would have been too.
There's no actual evidence that there was actually a TIE fighter.
Well, actually, there is. I saw it on a documentary.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go
It's called
again.
Car Wars. So it was called Spaceballs.
Hmm.
So there had to have been a war that Thailand was involved in, right? I don't know any.
Mhm.
Anyway,
Remember,
we need to bring food. Martin Luther King Jr. What were you gonna say?
Marimba Matt,
Oh,
he's
same.
easy to tide over. And you know what? He doesn't like any kind of comedy. He
Yeah,
sounds like he'd be a funny guy because he plays funny songs in the marimba, but he takes those extremely seriously.
yeah. He doesn't think that's funny. He doesn't get it.
Yeah. He doesn't
Um,
even know why people applaud
his
for
name
him.
is not even Matt.
Yeah, his name's not even Matt, which is the funniest name.
It's Eric.
Yeah.
I actually
Kalimba,
saw a guy playing marimba on
Kalimba Eric.
State Street yesterday,
Oh,
and I was like, I wonder if that's Marimba Matt. It wasn't. It was Eric.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
Kalimba Eric.
Mm-hmm. Alimba Eric. Arimba Eric.
Kalimba Eric. That's
Can you play
do
the
you,
marimba at all? Sorry, you go ahead.
I think that's like a wooden piano.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
Well, I mean, you don't use your fingers.
I know I don't personally
It's
use my
like
fingers.
it's like a wooden piano, and you have wooden fingers.
Do you think that's going to get in the way of camping because I don't use my fingers and I refuse to use them?
No, there's a lot of sticks, so you
Okay.
can use a lot of you just like love showing off that you're a human by using tools constantly.
Yeah, yeah, it's true. But if I
You want
can't use my fingers and I do refuse, how do I grab them?
you
Do
well,
I tape them to my
you could
sleeves?
argue that thumbs aren't fingers.
Okay. All
What do you
right.
think about that?
That's true. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, you say you have 10 fingers. You don't say you have 8 fingers and 2 thumbs.
That's also true. No, they're fingers.
I think they are fingers. They're specifically thumb fingers. It's like thumb finger, index finger. Why do you think it's called an index finger?
It's the one you check to kind of
I
you
am.
check that one and then you can kind of reference all the other fingers.
I actually imagine like you're looking through like at a like the Dewey Decimal System, like at the library. At the library, what's it called? The card catalog.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like flipping through that with that finger. That's what I imagine when I think of index finger. I'm
Oh,
sure
wow.
that's not why it's called that, but that is what I think of. Do you know that your big toe is technically called your great toe? Which is, if you feel bad about your big toe, is like pretty nice. It's a nice boost to call it your great toe.
Yeah, for sure. Um,
Are you bringing a lot of tarps? Are you flying?
well,
Are you gonna fly? You're flying, probably. So
I'm flying, so whatever I carry from home has to fit in overhead.
right.
And so yeah, I can just fill my bags chock
Okay.
full of tarps, roll them up.
Roll them up. Do you know? What do you think about? This is a real question. What do you think about bringing the keyboard? Because you do know how to play the piano, right?
Mhm.
Like I do have this kind of funny big keyboard that we could use in our shows potentially if we wanted to. Like instead
Um,
of, because obviously you can't bring a guitar.
mhm.
I guess it's just like you have musical talent. Why wouldn't we exploit it? You know,
Right, right. Um, okay, okay.
like
Yeah,
and
we can
just
do that.
bleed it for all it's worth. And we can also plug it in at the campground. It
Oh
runs
yeah.
on D batteries for about 30 minutes.
Is that true? Is that really, really true?
It's really, really true.
Nothing like sitting by the campfire and hearing someone play the preset songs on a
So no,
keyboard.
or yeah, Englishmen who went up the hill and down a mountain.
Mhm.
And came whatever it is. I don't know. Because it's the demo title. The title, it's a Sting song, and the title is so long that it just says Englishmen who went. And it would never. It's too long to like show up on the screen. So I
Oh,
don't know. I can't remember what the actual song is called, but or like you playing like Beethoven's Fifth in helicopters,
That'd be funny.
hmm or like coughing. There's a coughing one.
Uh.
Uh-huh.
Uh. That's funny.
Or creaking doors. Is that the right song? Am I doing that right?
That sounds good. It could be that or a duck. I mean, those sounds are similar.
Thank you so much. Uh, okay, so I think we got a lot of it covered. No, you're not bringing tarps though. Okay, I'll bring. Oh, you are bringing tarps. You're not bringing guitars. So I'll bring the keyboard. Oh,
For breakfast,
do you have a tent? Are you trying to bring a tent, or are we sleeping in a tent together? We never discussed this.
oh, dude, what's your tent? I don't have one.
Okay, then I guess we're sleeping in a tent together. It's a pretty small tent, but we'll get snuggled up. It's like a one-man tent. It's like one of those hiking tents, that you put on the side of a mountain or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. So we have to like go on top of each other, like probably face to face.
On the side of a mountain. We have to fight a
We
mountainside
do have to find a mountainside in Green Bay.
to find a waterfall.
Mhm.
What's the sleeping outside situation in Green Bay in late July?
Well, here's the deal. There's a lot of mosquitoes.
Mhm.
That'll not be pleasant to sleep in. I have like a big net that I hang up sometimes and put a cot under it.
Yeah.
It's still kind of creepy. Sometimes raccoons will be walking around you and stuff, which is also true when you're in a tent, but just seems a little less
Yeah.
scary.
I don't know what they're like in Green Bay or Wisconsin in general, but campsites, I've been to places where there's pretty aggressive raccoons.
hmm
Not like aggressive to humans, but will like tear through a backpack.
Yeah, they're just like ballsy and can get stuff.
Word.
They can open coolers. They can open zippers.
Open a Bud Light,
Yeah, they can blow the
drink it
foam
right in
off.
front of you.
You know how
Shotgun it.
you blow the foam off. You like pop and then you like, and then chug it. That's a cool dude, kind of like 80s, 90s cool dude thing to do.
Yeah,
They can do that too.
that's crazy.
And then they put their sunglasses on and ride away on their tiny motorcycles. It's pretty awesome.
That is pretty cool. Um,
Kind of a noise pollution problem when you're camping, though. You kind of want to get away from the. But what are you gonna do?
yeah, if I wanted to hear
And
a
it's at
tiny
night.
motorcycle,
I'd just go to
I'd
Ralph's.
I'd go outside.
hmm I said Ralph's, which is a grocery store. I realize, but also it's The Mouse and the Motorcycle. Do you remember that book? The mouse was named Ralph.
Oh,
Pretty sure.
all right. Is this from Goodnight Book? Is this a Goodnight
No,
book?
we haven't. We don't
Knowledge?
cover young adult or like that's not a young adult book, but it's we haven't done chapter books yet. We don't have the time.
You guys don't do adult books.
Yeah, like Mouse and the Motorcycle. It's gross.
Would you say okay? So there's bugs, there's raccoons, gangs
Rain,
of them.
It could
Rain. Okay.
But yeah, no, you're welcome to sleep. It's just a side by side sleeping situation. I do tend to sleep outside when I can, so that might happen, but we'll see. I've got my hammock too. That's not very comfortable to sleep in. Bends you a little too much.
What do you think of me, a guy who will go camping but does not have any equipment? Am I the ultimate mooch?
No, I think you're the ultimate warrior.
Because I have to fight to borrow people's equipment.
Yep.
Yeah.
No,
it's a
just
struggle.
because you're kind of an asshole. I just heard that he was kind of an asshole.
Oh, I see.
Let's see. I don't know. Ultimate mooch? No, I don't think so. That's like a thing that is weird to have.
Mhm.
You know, if you like, I don't know, it's a bunch of stuff. It's like a bunch of stuff if you're not going to use it very often. And even my stuff sucks. I mean, it's like not good. It's not in good shape. And it's like a bunch of random hodgepodge of shit, but it gets you by. It's not.
Yeah, I
What?
feel like people. Oh, sorry.
No, you go.
Okay. I feel this way about skiing and about camping, that the people who do that have likely been doing it their whole life and have accumulated things here and there. Boots, tents, hammocks, skis, whatever, gloves. And buying it all at once would be extraordinarily expensive. It'd be like thousands of dollars
Hmm.
probably. Um, but so the bar to entry is really difficult unless you've been doing it for, you know, your whole life. Nice.
Yeah, if you were starting from scratch and weren't gonna borrow anything, you could probably get away with camping for like $700. You know, $600. Because like
Think
buying a
so.
tent isn't that expensive. But I honestly have no idea. I'm gonna Google tent.
Did there's like okay, let's say you could get one for a few
Tent
hundred.
price.
Then there's
Oh yeah, you can get one for like $120.
is that on like Walmart.com or something?
Kelty, REI.
Oh, my goodness.
I mean,
That's one of those loss leaders that they have.
what does
That
that
tent's a
mean?
loss leader. Like they're gonna sell you that tent. They lose a little money on that, but then they sell you the the mat.
I see.
That's $7,000. They don't tell you that when you
Well,
buy it.
it says here the poles are $250,000.
Okay, yeah. And how
So it's
many of
just
them
like
are there?
no, that's for all of them.
Oh, I see. Okay.
There's only one. Oh, that's weird. It's not a good tent.
Oh, I see.
It's just yeah, it's just it's not good. It's just more of a tarp with a stick in it. Okay, so we got that covered. What do you want to do? Is there anything you want to accomplish? Check off your bucket list before you die, because you're gonna die at the end of this trip. So,
Oh,
I wanted to tell you, buy a one-way ticket.
oh, right. Thank you
Because like,
for
why
considering.
waste the money?
Okay, I want to go skinny dipping. I
Mhm.
also want to go fat dipping.
Mhm.
And I do want to eat a s'more, but I am allergic to every ingredient in the s'more. So I
I
gotta
don't think
have
is that what is a schmore? Is it like
what's a s'more with you?
is it
Oh, graham cracker, chocolate,
a
marshmallow.
schmore?
What do you call a s'more?
It's a s'more.
S'more. Oh,
You're saying
s'more.
some more.
Oh,
You're thinking of. I
that's
was
the
like, a bagel is like it's like you put a bagel in a.
that's a vegan s'more.
Wait, why is it vegan?
I don't know, because sometimes they make it
I don't
they have
know.
funny
You start
names.
crying.
Lost.
It sounds like you'd have like it's like a bagel with cream cheese and a marshmallow.
Let's have s'mores. Oh yeah, it's
I
not
would like
s'more, is
some
it?
more. Shamila, Shlemazel, Haas and Pfeffer Incorporated. That's really all we have to say. This is a different podcast. That's all the questions for today. We don't have any questions. That's all the camp chat for today. Oh, wait, we're wrapping. I forgot. I'm wrapping up a different show. What's the show called again?
Oh,
It's not pitching a tent.
it's
It was.
not that, but
Shit.
that's the only one we
That's
remember.
the only one I can remember for
It's
sure.
not Camp Chat. Is it
No.
Marshmallow Men?
Oh yeah, Marshmallow Men. We were just
Yeah.
talking about s'mores. How did I? No, it was like a perfect segue into it, and I blew it. Okay, anyway, so that's all the marshmallows for today. We're the Marshmallow Men. I'm Nate,
This is Flim.
remembering to tell you to have many pleasant camping trips ahead,
Trips ahead.
and don't forget,
Don't forget.
always put your tarp
Over
up
here, Pip.
above you. Otherwise,
Otherwise,
it won't keep you
won't
dry.
Dry on your innards.